Namaskaram, welcome to my channel VPK Nutrition, Mind Body Healing with Pushpa. I haven't posted in a long time, so I'm going to try starting to post more videos going forward. So in today's topic, I'm going to be talking about one of the hot topics which has been prevalent for the last few years, intermittent fasting. Now again, this is not a new concept from the old ancient cultures. However, modern medicine has picked it up recently for health benefits. So I will be discussing both the modern approach to intermittent fasting, what it is, the benefits, side effects, and who should and should not do it, etc. And also talk about the Ayurvedic approach to fasting and how it should be tailor-made for the individual based on your needs and your digestion. So stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. First of all, thank you so much to all my viewers who have been watching regularly and giving me feedback. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to my channel and also hit the bell notification. If any new videos are posted, you will get a notification. So again, let's get started for today's topic. So intermittent fasting has gained a lot of popularity in the recent times for its health benefits, and a lot of studies that show its efficacy. Now again, fasting is not a new concept. It's been around for thousands of years in a lot of the ancient cultures like the Greek culture, Chinese, and also Indian cultures. And Ayurveda and Indian medical system, which I've been talking about all along, has always advocated fasting in some form or the other to reset the body into healing. So again, there is a saying in Ayurveda which says that Langanam Parama Aushadam. Now Langanam means fasting, or it could be even light meal. Parama Aushadam means supreme medicine. So again, there is so many benefits to that. There is also another saying that says that a person who eats one meal is a yogi, 2 meals is a bogi who enjoys food, and who eats 3 meals is a rogi. Rogi means a diseased person. So it's very clear that if you eat too much food, you are going to get imbalances and get diseased. Now again, we live in this modern society where food is available in abundance. We don't eat just 3 meals. We eat snacks in between. We eat whenever we feel like, whatever time we feel like, and food is always there. And most of the stuff that we reach out for are a lot of junk food as well. So no wonder a lot of our digestion is upset, our gut microbiome is messed up, and again, we have a lot of inflammation, chronic illnesses, and so on and so forth. So definitely fasting is something that is going to be helpful with a lot of these things. So what is intermittent fasting? The definition is intermittent fasting is a dietary pattern which alternates between periods of eating and periods of fasting or not eating. So again, there are several types of intermittent fasting people observe. Some of the popular ones are as follows. Number 1 is alternate day fasting. So eating every 24 hours and then not eating for 24 hours, kind of like alternate day. The second one is a time restricted fast. So this is probably very common. Most people eat within a certain window, maybe like an 8-hour window, and then the rest of the time they are fasting. So 16-8 combination. Now this 8 hours also is determined what time you choose is based on the person's schedule. It will be like 10 to 6 or 11 to 7, something like that. So again, you are allowed to eat during that time, and the rest of the time you're supposed to be fasting and not eating anything that has any calories. Number 3 is the 5-2 method, where you're eating for 5 days, regular eating, and then 2 days you're fasting during the week. And the number 4 is the OMAD, or the 1 meal a day fast. And this is what I talked about. A yogi eats only 1 meal. Again, this is not something everybody can do, but there are people who follow this. And if you follow those things, maybe it should not be taken over a very long period of time, because after a certain point, body might start thinking that you're starving and start conserving your energy, and then your digestion can even get upset. So it all depends on your body type. So definitely we'll talk more about that down the road. Now let's talk about the physiology of fasting according to modern medicine. There are 2 sources of energy that we use. One is glucose and the other is the fat stores. So when we eat food, and it is broken down into glucose, and insulin is released to use this glucose for energy for our bodily processes. Now when the excess glucose is then stored as glycogen and also fat. So the unutilized glucose is stored as glycogen and fat. Now when we need energy later on, if you're not supplying enough food, then the fat stores are broken down Once the glycogen stores are exhausted, fat starts to break down, forming ketone bodies, and these become the source of energy for our body. And it is shown to be a very efficient source of energy and also very good for brain health. Now, the switch from using glucose to fat is called the metabolic switch. So this metabolic switch is turned on once you go into a fasting mode. So this is the basic concept that people talk about in fasting. Now, there are several studies that talk about intermittent fasting and how useful it is for metabolic conditions, and which is like our major problem nowadays, right? With the diabetes, the cardiovascular disease, obesity, and so on and so forth. A study published in the Obesity Journal talked about intermittent fasting and its effects on significant weight loss and also improvement in cardiovascular markers like hypertension and also cholesterol levels. Another study published in the New England Journal of Medicine showed that intermittent fasting can improve longevity by reducing age-related by decreasing the risk of age-related changes, by improving or enhancing cellular repair processes and reducing oxidative stress. Now again, so these studies are all very reassuring to show that there are a lot of benefits to fasting. So just like there are benefits, there is also some side effects to pay attention to. Number one is hypoglycemia. Now, especially if you're a diabetic or something attempting to do this, then be conscious of that. Make sure you check with your doctor, your healthcare provider, if it's okay for you to do that. Number two is dizziness. Some people can feel dizzy because you're not getting enough calories. Number three, weakness because of the lower caloric input or eating within a window. Number four, headache. Some people might have a headache, especially the first few days of fasting. You might feel that, so that may be a little bit hard. So you may want to drink some warm water and stuff like that to kind of soothe that. And then of course, number five is muscle wasting is possible, especially if you're not taking enough protein during the eating window. And who are some people who should be cautioned or contraindicated for? There are a few categories for that. Number one, with anybody with hormone imbalance should not even attempt fasting, may not be healthy or maybe have supervision when you're doing this. Number two would be like obviously pregnant or lactating women. Number three, young children or elderly patients, more than 70 years old. Number four, individuals with immune deficiencies or immunosuppression. Number five, individuals with eating disorders. Number six, individuals with dementia. Let's now talk about the Ayurvedic approach to fasting. Now, Ayurveda is an ancient Indian medical system dating back thousands of years, and fasting has been around all along, and they always had fasting as part of the regimen for optimum health. Now, again, it was always done, Ayurveda always believes that if you do some fasting, obviously in a controlled way, then you can reset your digestion, recharge your body and rejuvenate your body, so you can, and also get rid of a lot of the toxins in the body. So it is helpful for both improving digestion and detoxifying the body. So again, Ayurveda also is a very unique, personalized approach, which is based on your body types or the three doshas, and balancing the doshas based on your prakriti that you're born with. That would actually help you improve your health in all levels, physical, mental, and biological. As I mentioned before, Langanam Parama Aushadam, meaning fasting is the primary medicine. So it is used as a therapy in Ayurveda to bring about improved digestion, to detoxify the body, to give you clarity of the mind and overall energy level in all of your being, like a holistic self-care. So what are the benefits of fasting in Ayurveda? Number one, of course, it does help to balance the doshas and improve your optimal overall health, especially if you are balanced and with your own doshic or body type, you are going to feel much better. Number two, it improves the digestion. So it improves as a digestifier Agni, which helps to not only break down the food properly, but also distribute the nutrients and break to the several parts of the body, so your tissues are formed very well. Number three, of course, is it helps to detoxify the body. When the Agni or the weak or the digestion is poor, we form toxins called ama, which are those sticky substances. So naturally, when you're doing a little bit of fasting, it helps you to get rid of a lot of these toxins from the body before you put your next meal in. So these are some wonderful benefits of fasting according to Ayurveda. So what are the types of fasting described in Ayurveda? First one is the dinacharya, or the daily routine, already includes a certain fasting, because we're supposed to be eating between sunrise and sunset, not after that. So again, that itself is a great thing. So it's also believed that our Agni is the highest during the midday when the sun is up in the sky. That is when our Agni is also optimum. So you want to eat your main meal at lunchtime. So you always eat according to the daily routine. Eat a lighter breakfast and a lighter dinner, then you'll actually keep yourself healthy. Now again, you also have to practice according to your body types. So for example, a person with a Vata constitution or Vata digestion, which is very erratic in nature, some days there, some days not there, for them, and they're the ones who eat very small meals, grazing, then they may benefit from eating within that window, but eating smaller meals. Again, make it very nutritious each meal so you get all of your nutrients. Second type is a Pitta type. Now they will not do very well with fasting. Again, Vata and Pittas do need their energy during the day, so they would not do very well with fasting. So Pittas usually have a very good Agni, strong Agni if they're balanced. So they would benefit from having the 3 meals. However, if they are trying to lose weight or trying to fix other problems, then they can eat smaller portions but still eat those 3 meals at the right time according to the Dosha Clock. And I will share the description, a link for the description of in the description about the Dosha Clock also. Number 3rd type, which is the Kapha type, which is they usually have a very slow digestion, Manda Agni, and for them actually intermittent fasting is probably the best thing for weight loss or for any of these chronic conditions. So they can actually skip breakfast and go straight to lunch, maybe around 11 o'clock, and then finish their second meal before 7 o'clock. This is actually a good thing for them, and they actually take 7 to 8 hours to digest, so they may not need anything in between. But if you're serious about weight loss, then you can always have some herbal teas or with ginger, lemon, or spices and things like that, and those actually would help to detox the body and help them lose weight. So again, always geared towards the body type, and also sticking to the daily routine is the number 1. Number 2 is the Ekadashi fast. Now the Ekadashi is the 11th day of the moon cycle, and this has been observed for thousands of years in our Indian culture. So you fast just once, the 11th day of every lunar cycle, and this actually helps to kind of reset your Agni and also detoxify the body. Some people do like a Nirjala, which is not even water on that day. Some people just have water, some people have just fruits. Some people might just eat like 1 meal in the evening or something like that. So again, it all depends on your body type, so you have to listen to your body. Number 3 is a different tradition that has been, seasonal fasting. So there are a lot of traditions which follow this, and if you think about it, Lent and then Ramadan, all of these things are usually done in between winter to spring, when you're getting to spring, because that's when you're trying to like detox a little bit. So again, a lot of traditions follow this kind of fast. And then the 4th one is, of course, 1 meal a day. 1 meal a day is OMAD, which is popular even in the West, is 1 meal a day. And like I said, the yogi eats only 1 meal a day. Again, this is not suitable for everybody, so definitely make sure you are ready for that. And if like I said, if you have a very low Agni, low digestion, that might be something that you can consider. Again, make sure you pay attention to your side effects and all of those things. It's very important. The last one, of course, I just wanted to mention some traditions. Traditionally in Indian culture, some of the families, they practice once a week, like Saturday is usually like a fasting day, or they might just eat 1 meal with carbs, and then the others is just fruits. So again, different types are there, but usually Saturday is a very light day, and they pick Saturday because it is day for Saturn, and Saturn is considered to be like a windy planet, so it increases Vata. So when Vata is very erratic, the digestion is very poor or not good, it's good to detox on that day, so the next day you eat better. So these are some types of fast based on Ayurvedic principles. So as you can see, there are a lot of benefits to fasting, both according to modern medicine and Ayurveda. So if you do decide to try fasting, here are some tips that I want to share based on Ayurveda and modern medicine, you could also say, to do it in a proper way and optimize your benefits. Number one is listen to your body. So if you start doing the fasting, whatever method you choose, and you start seeing side effects or problems with that, then maybe it's time to break the fast. Number two is choose the right method. Again, choose according to your body type. Like I mentioned, Vata is very erratic digestion, but they do need to eat a little bit at a time, otherwise they'll get too winded. So it's maybe, and same thing with Pitta, they also have a sharper Agni, so definitely you want to eat. So I think for those two, the window may be more suitable than again actually just skipping a whole day. Vatas may be smaller meals, but make it nutritionally dense, not eating junk food like, crackers and those kinds of things. And then Pitta would be 3 meals would be okay, but then smaller portions, again, nutritionally dense, meeting all your needs. Then the Kapha, if you're more of a Kapha, Manda Agni or slow digestion, then you can do the actual intermittent fasting with the 2 meals, starting at 11, finishing by 7. That would be a good window. So you're eating, closer to the sunset rather than going beyond that. So again, in between, have some warm water or herbal teas and not too much calories if you're trying to lose weight. Number 3 is, of course, eating healthy food or Patyahara. Patyahara means wholesome food which is suitable for your body type. So that is very important to understand. Again, I have done videos on Vata, Pitta and Kapha Pacifying diets. So those are all separate videos. I will share the link in the description. So if you want to know what is proper for you, you can go and watch some of those things. Number 4 is avoiding ultra-processed foods. Now again, when you're hungry, we always tend to reach for the wrong foods like the chips and cookies and crackers and this kind of stuff. So these are loaded with sugar and fat, which are not healthy for you, and you're not going to get your nutrients you need. At the same time, you're also getting bad food, and this actually messes up your gut microbiome, causes dysbiosis and causes other GI issues. So definitely avoid ultra-processed foods. And again, I've done a video on this in detail, so I will share the link in the description. Number 5 is give your body enough rest. So if you're not eating for a long time or something, you might feel weak or something, make sure you take some rest. Again, get to sleep at a reasonable time according to your daily Dosha Clock. So this way you have enough rest and your body is not suffering from the lack of calories that you're skipping during the day. Number 6 is stay hydrated. Again, this is very important, especially if you're fasting. Water is definitely very important because otherwise you're going to get those headaches I talked about. So as long as you keep hydrating yourself, you will feel a little bit more grounded and then you won't get those headaches. Number 7, breaking the fast. Now, if you decide you're done with the fasting period, you're just doing it for a certain time, remember, even if you're doing like alternate day fasting, the next day, and usually Ekadasi is like that. Ekadasi, you fast a whole day, and then the next morning, early morning, they break the fast. So that has a very set menu. Now, again, ancient cultures have prescriptions for those things. However, when you're doing it in a modern life on your own, you have to know what are some easily digested. So eat lighter foods like mung dal and basmati rice. Those are good combinations. And then you can have some soup, easily digested vegetables like the sweet vegetables, carrots and things like that. So those are actually easier to digest. Don't eat heavy food. Don't start eating meat or cheese and dairy products. Those things can actually cause a lot of imbalance. So you want to slowly ease into the day with your food before you get back to normal. So this is very important to remember. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did like it, please do hit the like button, share it with your friends and family if you think they'll be benefited, and also please subscribe to my channel. Again, when you decide to enter into this, do it very mindfully. This journey it has to be done very carefully and following some of the tips that I gave you. Always listen to your body, observe your mind, and heal yourself. So have a wonderful week ahead.